Welcome back to Audi Med Cup TV and to Barcelona for the second day of racing and the final regatta of the series. Well, it's been another day of brilliant sunshine here and light wind racing in Spain. Two windward leeward races for both the 52 series and the 40 series. We've got two fights going on this week, one for the Barcelona trophy and one for the overall series trophy. I'm here to have a chat this evening about the day's racing is Stuart Childerley, a resident on the water commentator, and Savina Schumann from Cruiser Racer. Congratulations, Savina, on a great day today. You're a Barcelona local, so tell us about the conditions out here. Are they pretty typical of what we should be expecting this week? Light winds all week?
Yes, they are quite typical. We could have a bit more wind when the real Gabi comes in, so a bit 20 degrees to the right. But it is, yeah, pretty typical what we saw today. Yeah.
And Stuart, it's been a long time since you competed here in the Barcelona Olympics in 1992, but you've been out on the water the last couple of days. Tell us how it's been out there.
It's been very testing for the sailors, and the conditions today, we saw a left shift come back during the course of the afternoon. First race, the sailors were heading off towards the right side of the course, and then that left shift started to play a key part of the racing strategy in the second race.
Well, it is a great place to sail. Here's our little introduction to Barcelona. The Audi Med Cup came to Barcelona last year and everyone couldn't wait to get back. But this time the city has the honour of hosting the grand finale, the decisive event of the 5-regatta Audi Med Cup series. The city of Barcelona is the second most populous city in Spain, a favourite destination for tourists from all over the world, and it's an excellent place to sail. The constant sea breeze locals call the Gabi, and it makes Barcelona an internationally respected sailing venue.
In Barcelona, I think the sea breeze is the sea breeze direction is between 180 until 220. The true wind speed is around 14 until 18 knots. I think this is the season perfect for the sea breeze coming. And then I think we're gonna do a good weather for these days.
It's all about cultural and architectural heritage here. Sagrada Familia, La Ramblas and Gaudi's incredible creations make it unique. It's a historic city with an edgy twist. What a great place to say adios to the 2011 Audi Med Cup. Yes, our last event of the year, but we had the first day of racing for the Soto 40s today, and it was a fantastic day out there, wasn't it, Sabina? We had, well, not a lot of wind, and Iberdrola, once again, they were dominant out there. They're not easy to get on top of, are they?
No, actually, when they have good start, due to their boat speed, it's difficult to beat them. Yes, yeah. But then the rest of the fleet, we are quite close together. Okay,
well, let's have a look at the highlights of that race. And Savina, it was actually Ngoni that got off to a really good start, but by the time we got to the windward mark, Iberdrola were right in control again, weren't they?
Yes, yeah. From the first mark on, they were on top of the game, and then we others, yeah, we were changing a few positions and had a good fight until to the end.
Yeah, Stuart, you were watching this race. Tell us what was going on from out on the water.
Well, really, the dominant boat this year has been Iberdrola, and today they proved that. Yeah. But what we're seeing is a whole series of new teams coming in, sailing the boat this week, and picking the boat up, and the technique of sailing the boats fast, very quickly, and it's producing great racing.
Yeah, and then we went into the second race, and I mean, after Cruiser Racer finished 4th in that race, Iberdrola won it with Iberostar second. Into the second race, you put up a bit more of a fight for the lead in that race, didn't you?
Yes, no, the second race was better for us because also we are new in this crew together for the races here, and also the boat is very new. So that's why the second race was already better than the first one for us.
Stuart, a lot of these boats have got are using older sails. After a lot of races this year, they are starting to get a bit old. What effect does that have on it?
Quite an effect, really, particularly upwind.
Yeah.
You just don't quite have that edge in terms of boat speed or height, so the crew have got to work that a little bit harder, and we certainly saw that today.
Yeah. Well, Iberdrola, they have worked their sails into the ground this year, but they're still on top of the podium with 2 points. Cruiser Racer after a second and a fourth today with 6 points, and Iberostar equal on points. Sabina, tell us what the goal is for Cruiser Racer. This is just your second regatta in the Audi Mid Cup. You have longer term plans, but just for this regatta, what's the goal?
For this regatta, we would be very satisfied to be on the podium.
Yeah.
So that is certainly our goal, to be there on the top three. And but yeah, for us at the same time with the new boat, it's really to know the boat better and the maneuvers, etc. To just learn from each race to the next one, and just to improve ourselves.
Yeah, okay. Well, we had another great day in the TP52 racing as well today. It was 2 windward-leeward races for day 2. Let's take a look at the highlights of those races. Stuart, talk us through the start of the race here.
First race, Audi All for One just managed to pull off a manoeuvre and gain the pin end advantage. Rahn eventually took the lead at the top mark and led from start to finish for the rest of the race, whilst the Bribon finished second in the first race. So
why are Rahn and Bribon were really dominant in that first race? Again, as we saw yesterday, why is that this week, do you think?
Well, there's been 1 or 2 little changes in the crew, and I think that's created a little bit of spark to get people to just perform that a little bit better, a little bit more relaxed, and it just clicks together for them. And the boats at the back of the fleet are not making big mistakes, but it's enough to just not quite make a difference.
Yeah, so Rahn first in that race and Quantum second. Then we get straight into the second race of the day. Talk us through the start here, because we've got Rahn and Bribon and Synergy yet again dominant.
Yeah, they were, and Bribon sailed a faultless race, and quite early on, you know, a third, quarter of the way up the first beat, they were beginning to show, and then led at the top mark and just simply gradually extended away, and Rahn close in touch.
We had this really interesting finish here between Gladiator, Quantum and Azura. Quantum were pipped on the line there by Gladiator, just managed to edge out Azura, but that is not a usual place for Quantum Azura on the bottom of the table. Table, is it?
No, they had a really tricky and I guess a very frustrating race. They went from third and gradually slipped back, and they'll be having some soul searching this evening.
So Rahn running away with it at the moment. Bribon staying in touch with 8 points, but there's a bit of a gap in the City of Barcelona trophy to Quantum Racing Container and Audi Azura slipping down. So let's take a look at the effect that's having on the overall series trophy. Quantum are still managing to extend their lead, and Audi Azura, unfortunately, they're slipping away. There's not such a big fight going on there. It was 3.5 points at the start of this week, and that's slipped to 7.5 now. And Bribon are just half a point behind. There is such a huge fight going on here for those podium places. We haven't seen it this close in such a long time, and the racing out there, Stuart, is so close as well. Is this unusual?
No, I don't think it is. I think the boats inherently bring this type of racing, top caliber crews, and it's every little piece of detail that makes the difference through the course of the series.
Tell us about what happened with Quantum this morning. We saw them out there doing a little bit of a repair. Can you tell us what happened with them? Well,
there appeared to be a big bang about 20 minutes before the boats were due to leave the dock. And then within 10 minutes or so, there were grinders in action on the front of the boat, electric grinders, taking away some filler, just inspecting some of the structure. But I think it was superficial. Clearly they went out there today, no real concerns relating to that.
You don't think it affected their performance at all on the water?
Well, again, it's hard to tell, but if there was a lot of questions being asked and they were trying to keep it quiet, and it all eats away at you in terms of your perfect race preparation.
Yeah, absolutely. Sabina, As the Barcelona local, what sort of conditions can we expect for the rest of the week?
Yes, I hope that the Gabi will come through so that we have a few more notes of wind that it will be a nice racing conditions.
Yeah, okay, well let's hope for that, those Gavi conditions and some stronger winds for the rest of the week. We've got a couple of new Soto 40 teams here this week, so it will be nice for them to experience a bit of high wind racing as well. We'll be back here tomorrow with 2 windward-leeward races in the Soto 40 series and another 2 windward-leewards in the 52 series as well. We'll be live on Audi Med Cup TV. We'll see you then.